Hey guys, Dr. Berg here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to drop one size in 1 week, guaranteed. Okay? There are 5 things you need to focus on. We're taking all the best strategies and putting them together. Okay? Number 1, this is a technique, it's a strategy using intermittent fasting. Why? Because every time you eat, you raise insulin. Insulin is the common denominator between whether you're going to lose weight or not lose weight, whether you're going to burn fat or not burn fat. So if there's insulin too high, forget about losing weight. So if we can eat less meals, okay, we're not talking about less calories, less meals, less infrequent, this is going to really help you reduce insulin and help you lose weight. So I'm going to recommend 2 meals. Okay, you can spread them out equally, maybe a late morning and then for dinner. Okay, so no snacking is in between because we don't want to raise insulin. When you eat protein, 3 to 6 ounces, not too much, just enough. A large amount of vegetables, because we need that, because as we get into fat burning, you need to flush all that fat out of your system and not do necessarily like a high protein diet. We're doing a moderate amount of protein, a little bit smaller amount. We're actually doing a lot of vegetables, okay, and we're going to add some fat. It's almost impossible to do this without adding some fat. Why? Because fat is one of the only foods that will not raise insulin too much. And so if we can actually do fat, it's going to allow you to go longer. Even though there's more calories, we don't care about that. We care about insulin. We want to keep insulin low. So this is a really good combination of what to eat. Okay, so we have some protein, vegetables, fat. All right, no snacks, 2 meals. Okay, number 2, you're going to need sleep. Most fat burning occurs when you are in deep sleep. You cannot do this with 5 to 6 hours of sleep. You need 8 hours minimum. Now, even if you have to get a nap, that's totally fine if you can do that. But we need to go for 8 hours. There's 2 things I like to do to enhance my sleep. 1 is I do a lot of stretching before bed. Number 2, I use this thing right here. It's Adrenal Night Formula. This stuff is very powerful. It doesn't have any melatonin. It basically supports the adrenal gland. It chills out the adrenal gland. Normally you take 1 before bed. I would take 2 to really get that 8 hours of sleep. You won't feel groggy. You wake up feeling refreshed, and it'll enhance the sleep. Okay? So that's one thing. The next thing is stress. If you're going through stress, it's going to be a barrier because stress activates the hormone called cortisol that blocks the fat burning. So what we want to do is we want to list all your stressors, and it's probably going to be related to people, and avoid those people for 1 week. And you're going to find, surprisingly, you'll actually lose more weight, because if you keep running into this situation over and over with these stressful people, it's not helpful. I also recommend no watching the news for 1 week. Watch a comedy, read a book, because we don't want to have the stress interfere with the sleep. We don't want that negativity. And then we want to do long walks. Okay, so walking is really good, and just getting space. So that's what we're going to do for stress. There's a lot of other things, but this will be helpful. And also, sleeping more will help stress as well. Now, exercise. You want to do high intensity interval training. That means that you want to work the whole body. Right now, I do a combination of bike when it's not too cold out, and I do sprints. I do rock climbing. I do deadlifts, with good posture. But you want to find something that fits your interest. But you want to do something really high, full body, upper and lower body, short duration, high intensity, but only do that every 2 days. Why? Because we want to get that recovery. All the benefits from exercise happens in recovery. You don't want to do it every day unless you're really in shape, and even every other day might not be the best thing if you've been suffering from sleep and stress. So it really is kind of a juggle, but twice, I've taken people and decrease the frequency of their workouts and help them lose a lot more weight. And it's quite interesting how it's counterintuitive, but it works. On the days you're not working out, you're going to go for long walks and just going to walk and just get space. So that's what you're going to do with your exercise. Nutrition. Seek help. Seek help. Why? Because seek help activates the thyroid. It'll speed up the metabolism. Only consume seek help in the morning. Take 1 or 2 in the morning. Take them in little tablets. And don't take them before you go to bed, because it'll keep you up at night. Potassium citrate. Now, they have potassium chlorate. I'm going to recommend you get potassium citrate. And whatever it says in the bottle, 5x it. It's going to be like 99 milligrams. So you're going to do 500 milligrams. Now that's not even hardly a dent into the potassium requirements that you need, because you need 4,700 milligrams. So why are we recommending potassium citrate? Because as you're burning fat, getting into a ketogenic diet, you're going to be losing a little bit of potassium. We want to put the potassium in. Potassium will lower the need for insulin. Potassium will enhance your sleep. Potassium will prevent kidney stones. Potassium will help relax the muscles, and it'll actually help your energy. So again, I normally don't recommend one individual mineral without the others in a combination, but we're just talking about dropping some serious weight. And you don't have to do this long term, just short term. And it's really difficult. I know it's hard to believe. It's difficult for get people to consume the amount of vegetables that they need. They need about 7 to 10 cups a day. I'm trying to get people to have even 7 cups a day. So they're not getting their potassium. You need 7 to 10 cups of vegetables every day to get your potassium. So we can enhance it a little bit short term, but you're going to do at least 5x that, okay? So calcium, potassium citrate. The only contraindication would be if you have kidney disease, which is very highly unlikely. So then you wouldn't want to do that, but you're going to be fine. Nutritional yeast. Why? Nutritional yeast you can get from the health food store. It's loaded with natural B vitamins. It's going to handle kind of the stress. It's going to help the excessive thinking. It's going to help chill out the adrenal glands. It's going to tie everything in here. But these are the most powerful things that you can do. Now, you might have individual specific issues like bad menstrual cramps or a body issue or whatever. If you have a more complex case and you need more help, I think the most cost-effective way to do this is to do my membership site. I have a membership site that's very inexpensive, and you get my guidance. And I actually give you lessons a little bit each time. Like you actually go through one step at a time so it's not confusing, because people get overwhelmed. So I like to kind of spoon feed you so you can go from this point to this point slowly at your own pace, and you can get the knowledge, get the results, have me as a backup if you have questions. So I put a link below. Definitely check it out, and I think we'd love to have you as part of a member.